Hey guys, I'm here with another short dwarfism tip for today, but I just wanted to share about talking with children about dwarfism, because lots of times what happens in public is a child sees someone like myself, anyone with dwarfism, and is very eager to have this conversation about it. Is tugging on their mom's jacket and saying, "Mommy, mommy, look at the little person," or "Look at the short person," or "Is that a child? Is that an adult?" And they have all these sorts of questions because most of the time it's the first time they've ever seen anyone with a difference. So, I always love to have the conversation right there. I smile, I ask the child, "Hi, do you want to ask me a question?" Or just sort of make it a non-scary situation. But usually what happens is the parents will say, "Oh no," and they take their child away and they walk away and they pretend like, "No, we're not going to talk to this person because we don't want to make it a thing." But I encourage parents to take that moment to be a teaching moment, to kneel down to their kid and say, everyone is different and everybody has different ways of doing things. Why don't you say hi, or do you want to ask them a question? And to just make it not this very fearful moment, because children are taught how to interact in this world, and if we start this dialogue with a shunning or a shushing, then we're immediately saying there's something wrong, or there's something scary, or there's something that we can't talk about here. But I encourage the conversation to be talked about. And I encourage anyone who has children or has an interaction with children in this sort of light when it comes to different abilities to encourage the child to talk about it and have that discussion. And even though if you as an adult might not know the answers, then go find out the answers and come back to the child and make sure that they have an educated understanding of difference and what that looks like, and how, it's not anything to be afraid of or feel sorry for or anything like that. So in that vein, when I teach children, outside of me talking about my own experience, especially with younger kids, I bring out this book. Not too big, not too small, just right for me. And this is written by my good friends, the Corpis, and they have a foundation called Understanding Dwarfism, which is a wonderful place for information, for resources, and they really do a lot of good stuff and bring a lot of awareness out to people. They have a daughter who has achondroplasia, and they're just a beautiful family, and I support them very, very much. But this book is really awesome because it doesn't only talk about dwarfism, it talks about difference in general. We are definitely describing dwarfism in the book, and there's lots of information and facts on dwarfism, which is great. But it also touches on all sorts of differences, like different shades of skin, or different abilities like being in a wheelchair, or thinking slower than others, and attention deficits, and all sorts of things like that. So we have to just not be afraid of difference. And the more we talk about it, the more we have these conversations, the more we use books or pictures or real life stories to teach and educate our children, the better and more well-rounded and non-judgmental they'll be. So thanks for listening, and happy Dwarfism Awareness Month.